When you say the greatest of all time is in the room, everyone knows who you mean. It's quite a claim to make. But as Muhammad Ali once said, it's not bragging if you can back it up.
President Bush, one of the many dignitaries from around the world who, beginning this morning, have been sharing their feelings about the champ's sad passing on social media. Former President Bill Clinton, who along with the comedian Billy Crystal and the veteran broadcaster Bryant Gumbel will be eulogizing the champ on Friday, wrote, "Goodbye, my friend. You were great in so many ways." His wife, the former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, tweeted, "Muhammad Ali really was the greatest, unmatched not just in power and skill, but also in courage and conscience, thinking of his family." So is my next guest. Donald Trump and I are both big boxing fans who have shared a few ringside memories of our own. The presumptive Republican presidential nominee joins me live. Mr. Trump, thank you very much for being here. I wonder, did Ali teach you how to torment your opponents?
Well, maybe he did. I don't know. When you think about it, Geraldo, he was a fantastic guy. He was really two different people. He was the nicest guy in the world, as you know, because you knew him well. But outside of the ring and inside the ring, he was this incredible competitor. He was really something special. But he was very special outside of the ring also.
Outside of the ring in 2007, he gave you the Muhammad Ali Award. We have a picture of it in 2007. How did you feel getting that honor, and would you accept it today?
Well, I'd love it. I mean, he was, he was something, and he wanted me to get that award. And we raised a lot of money that night for charity. He was very charitable, and that was in Arizona. And we raised a tremendous amount of money that night, and very big numbers. And he was so happy about it, and that was one of my great honors, actually.
And when you saw him, that was the beginning of the deterioration. How'd you feel, Mr. Trump?
Well, I had seen him before that, and he was hit hard. It was amazing the way he handled it. He went and he went so long. He really went so long. He's been, going through a lot for 20 years. But it was tough to see him because I knew him the other way. Also, I knew him when he was, fighting. And he was very special. I've always said he might have been the most beautiful athlete I've ever seen in terms of the beauty of an athlete.
I agree with that. Was he the greatest fighter ever?
Look, you've had some great fighters. I noticed he said just now Sugar Ray Robinson. I've seen him, and he was great, too. There's some great fighters, but I think when you add the package up, there was nobody close. If you add everything in terms of the poetry and what he did outside of the ring and inside of the ring, then I would have to say there was nobody close. As far as fighting is concerned, he was certainly right up there. There's no question about it.
Times have changed. Politics have changed. In December of 2015, when you kind of announced your proposed temporary ban on Muslim immigration, a statement was released, at least in the champ's name. The headline was "Presidential Candidates Proposing to Ban Muslim Immigration to the United States." And this is the quote purported to be said by the champ Muhammad Ali: "We as Muslims have to stand up to those who use Islam to advance their own personal agenda." Was he speaking to you, and how do you respond?
I don't know if he was or not. I don't think so, actually. But I don't even know who released the statement because, who knows who released it? I have a feeling he wouldn't have said that to me, and I don't know that it was directed at me. There was a lot of anger at that time, and there still is, obviously, because of what's going on. And I really don't think he did, but, who knows?
When you see Muhammad Ali's life in the context of the current political discussion and with your incendiary proposal and the reaction to it just as inflammatory in many ways, when you ponder the man, do you wish you had spoken less generally about Muslims in America?
Well, look, we have a problem. It's a worldwide problem, and it's the radical Islamic. I mean, we're talking about radical Islamic terrorism, and I think it would be, you would have to say that it is a problem, and it has to be discussed, and it has to be talked about, and it has to be solved. It's a difficulty that the world has, and if we don't talk about it, whether it's ISIS or whether it's Al-Qaeda or whether it's so many other things and people going on, it's something that has to be discussed, and if it's not discussed, we're not going to solve the problem.
In the minute I have left, I want you to wrap up your feelings about Muhammad Ali in the context of him being a Muslim in America, Donald Trump.
Well, I think he's a great man, and I think that he was something very, very special. And the fact that he was Muslim was a tremendous thing, I think, because it really gets people thinking and gets people thinking even more. And I know many Muslims, and they're tremendous people. I know very, very great people, and they're Muslims, so I understand that. But Muhammad certainly was one of the great people of the world, and I think it's fantastic that he was Muslim.
We still, you and I, have to have our talk about Hispanics, but that I'm going to leave that for another night. I really appreciate Donald Trump. I really appreciate your,
Thank you very much.
your coming on. It really was very, very nice of you to take the time.
I'm a big fan of yours also. Thanks a lot, Geraldo.
Take care. Catch another fight.
Good.